Hey YouTube, your girl is back. Your girl is back with another YouTube video. All right, you guys. So I know this is very impromptu, and I am sorry for it being so impromptu, you guys. Thank you all for joining me today as I go live. One second, y'all. Let me find my phone. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Thank you all so much for joining me today, honey. Okay, it's your girl Night Anta J, and I am back with another video. If you are watching this and you are not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn that post notification on. That way you'll be notified every single time I post. Hey, Key32. Yes, you are first. Yes. But go ahead and turn those post notifications on, hit that subscribe button so that way you'll be notified every single time that I post. Okay. And if you are not going to be able to catch this live, that is totally okay. This is totally impromptu, but I had a little free time today and I just wanted to come speak out because this is getting crazy. Okay. I know that lately we've been talking about Keisha on my channel, but we're going to switch gears today and we're going to talk about my girl Latrice, and we're going to catch up with her. It says, yes, Crystal Stewart says, girl, she flat out lied with that dang lie detector test. We're going to get into it. We are going to get into it. Thank you, Key32. Thank you. So, hey, Bless Highly. Hey. Well, she did show the results, Crystal. She did, but we're going to get into it. And she did not lie about the Keisha T situation. Good evening, Steph Glows on stage. Good evening. Thank you all for joining me. So, let's get into it, y'all. Now, I'm trying not to keep y'all too long, but I just wanted to come give my spiel because I usually do cover content on Latrice. I have not talked about her in a while, and so I just wanted to go ahead and give my thought and my perspective because there has been a lot of things going on lately, honey. These last couple of days have been crazy, and we're going to get into it. So first things first, before we get too deep into the live, I do want to just pay my respects and say condolences to Keisha T. As you all know, at the top of the week, the news came out that she has passed away, and I do want to say that is very sad. It's sad for anybody to pass away, and you know she had children, and that's a very sad, unfortunate situation. And so before we get into all the situations that transpired today, of course, because I cover the Latrice conversation, and because you know her and Keisha T had their thing, of course, you know her name has came on this channel before, so I do just want to pay my respects and say my condolences because that is definitely heartbreaking, and I'm definitely praying for her family and her children because I mean, who wants to go through that? So let's get into what has been. So let's get that out of the way. Like I said, that goes into what has been happening all week long, but I'm going to go ahead and give my perspective today. Like I said, I don't want to keep y'all too long, so I'm going to say what I got to say. I'm going to try to keep up with the comments as well, but and they're going to be too much back and forth because this is just my opinion. This is how I feel, and I'm going to give it to you real straight, no chaser today. So let's go. Alrighty, so before we get started, let's see. It says no, she showed that she took it, but in the wording it says that she was non-deceptive when it came to that part. And if y'all see my I think my Wi-Fi acting up, y'all. But yeah, it says that she was non-deceptive. So she did, if you read the wording when they gave the whole paragraph about that situation, it said non-deceptive, which means that she wasn't lying. It says she gave the man info. Damn, Crystal, look him up. Y'all just want her to be such a bad person. Exactly. But we're going to get into it. We ain't going to go too much back and forth because I want to get into the background before we get into the lie detector test and all that. But anyway, so as we all know, the sad news about Keisha T came out earlier this week. And somehow, some way, we talking about Latrice. Here's the thing when it comes to this Latrice Allen topic, okay? And here is the reason why I kind of speak out in favor of her sometimes, because I just don't understand, for the life of me, why can't y'all just learn to leave people be? Leave people alone. Stop gaslighting people. That's what I want to say today. This is the thing. I'm not saying that Latrice is an angel and she lives her life exactly the way. Um, 1 second, child. But yeah, I'm not saying that Latrice is an angel and she does everything perfect and she does no wrong and she lives her life the way that I would live my life. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, when do we get to the point where we just let people be? After we've voiced our opinion and after we've given our commentary on these public figures, when do we set some boundaries and say, you know what? Enough is enough. I think I've made my point. Why am I talking about this? Why am I taking this conversation to this level? So we're gonna go through the chain of events that transpired. Like I said, the sad news about Keisha T came out, and people were, talking about it, sending their love and their thoughts. And Latrice was live at the time, and people continued to come in her comment section and say things about it. And she simply just said, "Listen, y'all, stop being messy. Stop being messy." Yes, they are talking about them kids. Yes, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into all of that. So she just simply said, "Listen, I don't speak bad about people who cannot or who are not here to defend themselves. Everything that happened between me happened, but she's not here to defend herself anymore." She said, when they told her that that Keisha T passed, she did not believe it. You know what I'm saying? She did not want to believe it. She did not want to hear it. It's an unfortunate situation. And she told everybody, "Look, if y'all have any questions about it, go ask her family. That is who y'all should be directing this to. Don't come bringing her name up on my page trying to be messy because you all knew that we had an issue." And she left it alone, and she left it at that. This lady has been in Florida visiting her family, visiting her kids. We seen her with Coranda, cooking crabs, and minding her damn business. But yet, people want to have an issue. So apparently, because she didn't come in front of a camera screaming, crying, and showing her grief to us, apparently people have an issue with that. Apparently people feel like she should have done more. Apparently people feel like she should have offered some type of condolence. She should have did whatever. And I just want to say to that, I don't know what world you all live in. I don't know why you all can't just let people be. But to me, it is utterly disrespectful. If you consider yourself a loved one of someone, if you consider yourself, if someone transitions on and you consider yourself their friend, or you admired them, or you favored them, it is so disrespectful and tacky to put the attention on someone they were not on good terms with and were not speaking with. What does that have to do with anything? Instead of seeing if there's something that can be done for the family, seeing if somebody can get in touch with the family, see if they need anything, doing something nice for her children, you all want to have a week-long conversation. Hey, Shauna's Place, thank you. Key32 says, "I can't believe it's legal to speak on minors in that way. There has to be a law against it." Yeah, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it. But instead of being genuinely showing some real compassion and some real love to what her, people literally are making this about Latrice, as if Latrice had something to do with it. And to me, I tell my friends all the time, this is saying that I had with myself: you all are too deep in the trenches. If Trice would have got on here hooping, hollering, crying, sending her condolences, you all would have attacked her. If she would have got on here with long messages and pouring out her sorrow, you would have said it was fake. You have to understand that her and this woman were not in a good place. So maybe she just didn't want to speak about it because she was trying to be respectful. Maybe she did not want to put too much on it because this woman has children. This woman has a family. that have to deal with this. And maybe she just did not want to offend anybody by vocalizing anything. Maybe she wanted to internalize how she felt. You can see it on her face. She was hurt. You can look at her and tell that the news broke her. But if I know that me and someone have not been in a good place, then it may not be in my best interest to come on the internet and try to prove anything to the internet, because it would have only been for show for y'all. And who are y'all? Who are you all to tell somebody how to conduct themselves and how to cope and how to show condolences with the passing of someone they were once speaking to? Do you not know how hard that has to be to process that someone you did not get to make amends with has transitioned on? Y'all is not thinking about this in a realistic way. Y'all just want her to turn on the camera and put on a show for her. Y'all, thank you, Shauna's Place. Thank you. But yeah, y'all just want her to put on a show for you all so you can have something to talk about and something to make a video about and something to further criticize her for. Shame on you all. Instead of showing love and making the memory of Keisha T something positive, and just, showing your respect and maybe showing some good times, some good clips that you've seen, y'all want to sit up here and make this about Latrice. I wish I would transition on and my friends, my so-called loved ones, worry about what my haters or worry about what somebody who didn't like me doing. I would never. When my friends go on to glory, I am not going to be worried about what their enemies were doing. I'm not going to be worried about what someone they fell out with is doing. I'm going to be trying to piece together all the good memories that me and my friend had. I'm going to be speaking highly of my friend. I'm going to be putting out here into the atmosphere the good deeds that my friend did, how much of a good person. That's what I'm going to begin. That's what the conversation going to be about. It ain't gonna be about who was crying the hardest or who turned their camera or who put the camera in their face and showed the best. No, it ain't no competition around here. People show their condolences in the way that they know how to. So it says, how many people die who had photos of people? It's crazy. Very disrespectful. People who hardly knew her to be talking about negative recordings of said person. Very distasteful. Shauna's Place said, can you give a recap? Okay, so Shauna, I talk about Latrice Allen. Pretty much Latrice Allen has been minding her business, getting her life together. She has been visiting her kids. She has been visiting her family. She's been trying to, she's been picking up the pieces. And one of her friends that she had a disagreement with publicly, unfortunately passed away. And now people are using this unfortunate, sad situation with the friend. They're using that and they're blaming her and trying to say that she called the probation officer on the friend so the friend can go to the hospital. And they're saying that she didn't show enough condolences. And now her ex, which we're going to get into, her ex Coco, he's using this as ammunition to crank back up his hate train and drag her. And now they're saying that because basically they're mad that she didn't react the way they wanted her to react to the unfortunate situation that happened with her ex-friend. So now they want to use this as an opportunity to drag her when they just want to drag her anyway. But they're doing it in the name of doing it in the name of someone who has passed on, which is disgusting. So that's the recap. And and it got me, and it got me a little upset, because it's like, I hate to see people be antagonized for just being human. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know not one person walking this earth who has not done something wrong. I don't know not one person walking this earth who is the perfect model citizen. I don't know anybody like that. And I'm not saying that you have to support your Latrice. I'm not saying you have to kiss her behind. I'm not saying you have to like her content, but there should be some boundaries to this commentary thing. There should be some boundaries. You should know when to back off of somebody a little bit. And stop trying to pin stuff on them that's not on them. How are we speaking on a tragic situation with someone who is transitioned to be with God, and you're bringing up some drama and in the same sentence? They don't even make sense. It says, I'm very ashamed of my Black people for this mess that serves so many levels. So many levels. Exactly. Her own family hasn't spoken out. How dare them? Even Tarita hasn't said anything. Right. Right. It's like y'all will blame anything on this lady. We don't even know what transpired with Keisha T, nor do we need to know. How are we talking about Latrice if we're showing our love and our respect to Keisha T? Why are we focusing more on what Latrice's reaction is than how her children are feeling? This woman had a children. This woman had a family. Why is y'all worried about how Latrice is reacting to the situation? Because y'all want her to say something wrong. Y'all want a gaslight her. Y'all want her to say something disrespectful so y'all can say, look, she's disrespecting someone who's no longer here. It's like y'all will pick and pick and pick and pick and pick. And then when people explode and they respond, they wrong. Y'all are not God. Y'all ain't got no heaven or hell to put nobody in. At the end of the day, we should all be out here trying to encourage each other to just do things with taste and respect. I'm not saying that you can't have a commentary channel and you can't react on some of the public figures that you watch. You can do that. That's what I'm doing. But there is a way to do everything. You can do it with some grace and some mercy. You can have enough dignity to be like, you know what? I'm not even gonna associate my dislike or my distaste for Treese with Keisha T's passing because it don't have nothing to do. One don't have nothing to do with the other. Treese has nothing to do with that. So I'm going to have some morals and not even tie it in together because this lady's family is grieving. They should not have to wake up and see people on the internet and Tree's name plastered all over the same video as people talking about their mom's passing. That just shouldn't go down. But because you all don't like her and because you all feel that you all have some extreme power that you all really feel like you can end this lady, y'all don't care. You keep accusing her of all of these things, but then when she says something, she wrong. You putting out lies on her, but then when she tried to defend herself and she going in, she wrong. She's disgusting. She's sick. Hey, Poho69. It says, you are so right. I'm glad you spoke on this. Thanks for the video. You're welcome, Nessie Frazier. Thank you for joining. So then let's move on to Coco. So, of course, like I said, he takes the situation because, of course, and this is the thing. Nothing makes, 1 second, John. Nothing makes me more upset. And I guess it's a trigger for me. And to see a man antagonizing a woman after he was the one who did her wrong. That's very triggering because I feel like you're playing on the fact that this woman has a lot of people who just don't like her in general, and people already didn't care for her content before you came along, and you're using that, and you're playing on the emotions of the people who are riled up about this situation to try to get more content and more clout. It's crazy. Boy, I wish I knew internet for girl. These people are crazy. He said, I don't know who you're talking about, but you're looking good. Oh, thank you. But yeah. So I don't understand it. It's the weirdest thing to me. Like, so Coco come out and he like, yeah, I'm gonna, we're gonna crank this thing back up. We're gonna talk about her. We're gonna talk about her grandma. We're gonna talk about her kids. She disgusting. Yeah, me and Roz, we gonna team up. This is a grown man, a grown man now. Grown man don't use this lady for her money. Done embarrassed her. Done did all he needed to do with it and threw it to the side. And you still here, it's been a year or however long later, still riding the coattail with your girlfriend on the side. Kiki, kaka, she dusty, she dirty, she this, she that. Talking about your ex-girlfriend like a dog for some views and some money and some cash apps and some clout. But then let her clap back. Let her say she's going to report your page. Let Facebook snatch your page like they always do. Your girlfriend, you and your girlfriend gonna be in the camera screaming about how evil she is and how conniving she is. She over here having a whole nother argument. She's over here arguing with some of everybody. She has to go. People come for her daily. She's on here trying to defend herself from so many people. And she not basing her whole platform around you. You know how many people she done got into it with and had to clear her name on stuff? And here you are trying to use this situation with Keisha T, trying to play on people's emotions so that you can get you some more views. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, we finna drag, because you know that's what people want to see. You in the car on your way to your birthday trip talking about your ex-girlfriend. You can't even celebrate another year of life, but you talking about your ex-girlfriend. Like that's crazy to me. Like, it's giving obsessed. It's giving trash, like somebody said. And I don't even try to go there with people, but very distasteful, very trash. It's giving, what type of man are you? It's giving, I wish my man would. I wish we would be on a car ride to celebrate your birthday, and you want to keep talking about your ex-girlfriend, but you swear you don't want her. Y'all, she lonely. She lonely. Obviously, nobody don't want her. Nigga, what? So, because she ain't with you, that means that she doing bad? You was broke. You couldn't do anything for her. Hey, D. Hey. Coco is definitely giving that he was Lord. He giving something. He giving something. But it's giving very much. Hold on 1 second. One moment. One second, child. But yeah. It says Lala is a pitiful mess. She deserves Coco. I hope they stay together. She don't deserve any better. Go, yes, I got a man, Gordo. It says a man that hasn't been multiple times, he don't know what a man is. Right. It's like you're sitting up here, literally banking on the fact that people will hate, hey Mariah, hey Rudy. But yeah, you're sitting up here banking on the fact that people will hate your ex-girlfriend so much that they will continue to patronize your page or whatever, your business, whatever, based off the hate for her. And the only thing that you can offer them is to degrade a woman all day. They ain't interested in nothing else but you degrading a woman all day, get into it with your girlfriend. And her taking you back. And that's what you're proud of. You're sitting up here, hey Darlene, hey Williams World. But yeah, you're sitting up here so proudly degrading your ex-girlfriend, and you keep bringing up the fact that she's alone. Maybe I'm pretty sure she can have anybody that she wants. I'm pretty sure she's alone by choice. If I were her, I would be alone too. I wouldn't trust nobody. Because after dealing with somebody like you, a man like you, who didn't have nothing, I'm talking about nothing, no get up and go, no desire to get out here and really grind after getting out of prison, you would rather lay up with somebody and use them for that money and then want to come up off their name and get some clout on social media off of dragging a woman all day. I'm pretty sure after dealing with you, she don't want nobody else for a minute. I would need to detox as well. I would need to detox as well. Baby, it's somebody out there for everybody. You are not the prize, sir. You are not the prize. Cause ain't no prize, ain't no respectable man gonna even go out like that. People break up all the time. People have messy breakups with their ex-girlfriend all the time. At the end of the day, a real man will be like, you know what? I'm finna put some respect on my name. Ain't nobody finna keep coming up and it says I wish you went in to reacts. Tink Tilly thinks he's a flex child. It's a no self worth for me, is what she gets. It says react, you always talking about. But yeah, so for me, a real man to be like, look, I'm a man before any of this. I'm not finna sit up here and gossip and go back and forth with a whole bunch of women all day for nobody, for no check. We're gonna do some respectable stuff over here. I'm not finna sit over here and get into it with other women all day and degrade people all day. And I'm not finna sit up here and the only way I'm finna eat is if I eat off the hate of my ex-girlfriend. A real man ain't even standing for nothing like that. I don't care how much clout is bringing in. I don't care how many dollars is bringing in. Don't nobody want to hear you talking about your ex-girlfriend every day. Don't nobody want to hear you degrading your ex-girlfriend every day. You literally got on a camera and bragged as a grown man about having a paymaster. You don't have the room to judge nobody. You can't look down on nobody. You can't degrade nobody, because the men I know would have got out that cell and went to work, would have grounded, when the mind rolling their sleeves up, getting their hands dirty before they sit up and indulge in mess every day for a check. The men I know ain't finna let nobody control them with no money. If I don't want you and you ain't attractive to me, I'm not finna lay up with you for no check. That's equivalent to prostitution. I'm a whole man out here. You admitted to laying up with a woman who you had no intentions of being with, who you swear up and down you didn't want. You swear she was such a disgusting person, but you laid up in there for a check like a female, but yet you want to get on here and degrade her and embarrass her and ridicule as you've already done that. You've already did your job. You already got your clout. You already successfully created a cult full of people who don't like her. You already got your following. You can't be creative and turn into something else. You gonna keep dragging this lady, and then your girlfriend is on the side thinking it's so funny. But then anytime anybody tries to hold her accountable or come for her, she in the camera screaming, talking about somebody bothering her and harassing her. But you participate in the mess. I'm confused. I'm thoroughly confused. You don't want nobody to mention you. You don't want nobody to talk about you. You don't want to be, you're a professional woman. You're a nurse. You got a career. You don't want to have to wake up every day and deal with people attacking you. But then you want to participate in every degrading conversation this man is having about his ex-girlfriend. Babe, I wish my man would. If you want to talk about her every day, you might as well go over there and lay up with her. Because it's giving I miss her. It's giving she's the best I ever had. It's giving why can't we move on? It's giving, if we're so much better than her and when she's so below us, why can't we elevate and do something else without even mention her name? Goodness. It says Lele think he flex child. It's like she never had a real man. Child. He don't even know how to be affectionate with his current girl. It says, Darlene, you don't know me. That's not true. You have never seen me say I don't like Trees. Since I honestly think he still wants Treese. I'm sorry. What person keeps speaking on the ex he no longer is with his current flunky? Like, help, child. Baby, as I don't care how I don't give a damn what you do for a living. If you do social media commentary living, that's fine. But one thing I'm not finna do is lay up beside you talking about your ex-girlfriend every day. I ain't. Go find somebody else, because I don't want to hear that. That's why I know she don't really have a lawyer. She just wanted her fans to think that. It says, yes, period. It says, what bothers me, I don't care what these adults do on this platform, but why the adults is talking about these children, it saddens me gun lightly. Yeah. And that's the last thing I want to talk about. And then, so we have people trying to attack her for, not showing enough condolences. We have Coco trying to feed off of that and attack her. And then we have people now reaching out to Courtney because he's getting ready to graduate. So people reaching out to him, offering him gifts to get back at Latrice. So that forces him to have to come out. And then people are hosting on hour-long conversations about where she is. I think Sharita, her ex-friend Sharita, came on there, and then the Florida lady came on there talking about her kids, talking about things the kids had said that was disturbing, talking about things, the behaviors the children displayed, and how she's such a terrible parent. And I'm just like, y'all have lost y'all mind. So because they've been reaching out to Courtney and wanting to give him stuff just to get back at Latrice, he comes out. He has to speak about the situation with his mom. That causes a big rift on Facebook because he's telling people like, look, I'm done with my mama. I'm washing my hands with her, but at the same time, that's my mama. I just don't want to talk about it no more. Everybody commenting, carrying things back. Then, Latrice, she says, listen, I have done nothing but love my child. His uncle's having problems out of him as well. I have not done nothing wrong to this child. We've had our differences, we had up and down, but I have not abused my child. If he needed somewhere to lay his head, he can come lay here. She's speaking now. I guess Courtney get mad because she's saying that he's having issues with the uncle as well. So he comes out and somebody called him and they're putting a bug in his ear about the reason why Keisha T couldn't go to the hospital is because Latrice called the probation officer. So now he's saying that he's going to tell Keisha's T's story, which is making people feel like Latrice has something to do with it. Now Latrice has to take a whole lot of detective tests to shut that down. And the lie detector test did determine that she was telling the truth about not having anything to do with that. And we have people on the live for hours speaking about her children. And I just want to summarize, because I don't want to be on here too long, but I just want to say, like, this has got to stop. This has gotten to this has went to a disgusting low. At the end of the day, I'm all about how things started. Latrice has definitely clapped back at people. She's definitely said some mean things. She's definitely taken it with people, but you all were bothering her first. Does that make every clap back that she has said right? No. But at the end of the day, the very people who attack her on a daily basis, the very people who sit back and antagonize her for her parenting and for her, the way she looked, the way she dressed, the way she cooked, the way she eat, the house she buy, the car she drive, the very people who have been criticizing what she has been doing, if you say anything about them, they go haywire. They go ham. They want to cuss you out. They want, so you all can talk about this lady day in and day out, but then when people want to do it to you, it's a problem. Karma is a mean biatch. You reap what you sow, and what you plant will surely grow. Talking about those children is the negative entity. Yeah. It's like, why are y'all reaching out to Courtney? Y'all didn't give a damn about Courtney before. When him and his mama were doing good, y'all had nothing but negative things to say about all those children. Why Courtney walking around in the background with them shorts on? Y'all was criticizing him along with the other children. Y'all don't care about this man? What type of sick people don't like somebody, hate somebody guts, but you want to be associated with their children? Like, y'all don't understand. This is this boy mom. And he eventually came out and he cleared it up, and he said the person who told him that about Keisha T, he thought it was a credible source, but it wasn't. And he pretty much said he don't want no parts of it. He don't want no parts of it. He wants everybody to leave it alone because he don't want to be drugged into it. This is a child. This is a 17-year-old child we're talking about here. Nobody should be reaching out to him. Y'all didn't care about him before. Y'all don't feel sorry for this boy. This boy been making money on social media. He been had accounts. He gonna be okay. It says nobody deserves all the pressure. She is human. She have feelings too, and they have said the unthinkable about her and her kids, and say they are not going to stop. Exactly. They keep it going and will not stop. But then when someone talks about them, it's World War II. What type of sick people want to talk about what type of behaviors some small elementary school children are displaying? You all are literally sitting on a platform talking about, you're shaming these children for things they have done. And yet you all want to dress it up and say, no, we're not talking about the children. We want them to get help. We want them to, we want to bring awareness. You're not talking about this from an informative standpoint. You're not pulling up any articles or any data that supports some of the psychological things that goes on with children. You're shaming you're shaming these children for things that they have said or done as elementary school children, and you're bashing their mom, and you all just want people to know she's a bad mom because you all feel she's a bad mom. You all don't care about them children. You all don't. You all don't. It says, no, Courtney asked Facebook for help his apartment. If you're gonna tell it right now. Okay, so okay, let me clear this up, Beatrice. Okay. This is what I saw. I saw Courtney did post a video. He did say he was getting an apartment. And I saw people who know damn well they don't like his mama. They ain't want to help him before. When he got put out the first time, they was not talking about helping him. You remember back when he got put out for talking to the boy and she didn't agree with all of that? No one offered any help then. No one was concerned then. No one was reaching out to him then. When him and his mom were fine and dandy and happy, no one cared about him then. This boy has a social media account. We're all grown. His mother has already said that he has money coming in for those accounts. Those people did not give a damn about helping him. Those people wanted to be paid to get back at Latrice. Period. So let me rephrase, guys, so you all won't say I'm lying. Yes, Courtney was apartment hunting. Courtney has been open to accepting gifts from his apartment, but he also stated, let me say this for you, Miss Lowe. He also stated that if the help is not coming from a genuine place, he doesn't want it. And if you don't like someone's mother and you're degrading them, and if you talk about someone's siblings every day on a public platform with grown people, and you criticize and shame their siblings for things that they are doing as adolescent children, then why would you reach out to their brother when you hate their mother? You want to be petty and get a response from the mom. That's how I feel. Thank you. All right. Anyway, it says, to be honest, it's real in all ages. We have been affected by pandemic. They trying to, honey. They are trying to. It says, those animals said she did stuff with her kids. I'm so upset about this. Exactly. And here's the thing about what's going on with her children. That's nothing for us to sit on social media and talk about as adults, because at the end of the day, that is not anything that we as grown people can do anything about. First of all, if those children are feeling a type of way or they're saying something, there are plenty of resources out here that you all can find online and recommend to her in her inbox. But I don't see what value we have sitting on here discussing what is happening with the children and just giving our opinion about her being a bad mom. That's not informative. That's not anything. That's not positive. That's not constructive. If you're going, if you hear that someone's child has been acting out in an inappropriate way and they've been doing inappropriate things, why are we not digging into the psychological things that could be going on? Yes, those children could be witnessing something at home. Yes, it could be a combination of, parenting, but it also could be a combination of things they see on the outside as well. We live in a society where, gender, sexuality, that's something that's talked about openly. It's in cartoons, it's in movies. And if these children are saying things and doing things that warrant concern, I don't see what value sitting up talking about it for an hour long with a whole bunch of grown people who don't give a damn about their mama. I don't see what that's going to do. I don't see any of you all sharing your experiences, what happened with your children. Because if it's 1,000 people in the chat, ain't nobody child perfect. I don't see anybody I don't see anybody giving any testimonials on what you all did when your children went through something. You all not talking about those kids because you're genuinely concerned. You're talking about those children because you hate their mama and you want their mama to be embarrassed and you don't really give a damn what happens to them. You're not concerned. Hey, Linda Johnson. Hey. It is honestly, I was considering sending Courtney and give anonymously when he got his apartment. I'm a mother of 5 sons and I just care. But let me be clear. I'm not saying that everyone is wrong for wanting to send Courtney something. I'm talking about the specific group of people who are harassing his mom. Anyone who bashes his mothers and his siblings every day and talks about embarrassing things that have gone on with minor children, they don't have any business trying to connect to him and be nice to him and reach out to him, because if they had any respect for him, they would not speak about these situations and harass his mama the way they have been doing. So there's nothing wrong with people supporting Courtney. People can support Courtney, but Courtney is not out here homeless on the street struggling. It's not an urgency behind. It's not a situation where everyone just has to rush to do something for him. He has everything pretty much laid out for him. And if people support him, that's fine. But I don't think he wants support from people who are embarrassing his siblings by putting all their business out there. They are adolescent children. The things they are saying and doing should not be discussed on a public platform every day for hours at a time. If you don't think she's a good parent, if you think she's a bad example, okay, y'all have already said that. How many times we're going to keep talking about that to the, if you keep going on and we keep giving all this example, this is embarrassing to those children. Y'all are putting these children's business out here because y'all hate their mama when y'all not going to do anything about it. If you were someone who was really concerned, you would be reaching out to her in her inbox with some resources for some counseling or whatever. You would be sharing your testimony. You mean to tell me over 1,000 people watching the video and nobody got a testimony of what they did or how they talk to their kids? That is not the right way to do about it. I would never sit up here because y'all is not gonna pan out every embarrassing thing that y'all child did. Y'all ain't gonna sit up here and y'all don't want nobody to talk about everything that your children. You're not gonna sit up here and tell all your children business. You don't want to open the floor about things that the misfortunes that your children went through. So why are you talking about somebody else's? Because if somebody talk about yours, you're gonna be ready to do it. It says I'm only been watching since October. The fact that they're so excited about something so much worse that they'll talk about after the live, they don't care. But they don't care about them children. They don't care about those children. They don't. They don't give a damn. They don't care. All they want is something to talk about. They want something to embarrass this lady so that they can run her off the platform. Because anybody who had a heart for children would not even feel comfortable speaking about what's supposedly going on with these children, because that's just embarrassing to those kids. They can't defend themselves. Y'all not in her family. Y'all not in a household with her. All y'all can do is offer the resources and move on with y'all life. How much can y'all really do sitting on a live? And the friends that are up there, when she was giving the money, when she was putting the camera in y'all face, everything was cool till y'all fell out. Y'all didn't have a problem with her parenting when y'all was cool. Y'all didn't have a problem with her parenting when she was shelling out money. Y'all didn't have a problem with her parenting when y'all was around her getting the clout. So don't come speak up on it now. Speak on your own children. Let's hear a testimony of what you went through with your kids. If you ain't gonna talk about your children and their trials and their tribulations, then why is you talking about some elementary school kids who cannot defend themselves and whatever they're going through and whatever they're acting out doing? They are adolescent children. Pray for them. Y'all ain't bringing awareness. Y'all bringing hate and embarrassment on those children. If a child did something wrong, it's not for the whole internet to sit up and talk about for hours at a time on a daily basis. Since most parents also wouldn't air their children's business out. She should have never gone so hard to prove anything to anyone. Don't address it publicly. That's it. But that's the thing. They had already aired it out. I'm not gonna let nobody lie on my children either. She had to come out with it because they was adding other stuff to it. They were saying her little girl was doing other stuff, so she had to come clear it up. She didn't just come on here talking about it. People were accusing her daughter of doing things, so she had to come and tell the whole story. She didn't just come on here airing her children out. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all want to shame her for clearing up and speaking on it, but everybody else, if you mean to tell me if it's a chat full of people, thousands of people in a chat, and they talking about stuff that happened between your kids, you not gonna come bring some clarity to the situation? These people threatening to call CPS on you. You got to clear that up. It was already out there in the public. What about the grown people who spread the rumors? That's who we should be looking at sideways. So no, I don't look at her sideways because she had to come tell her kids' business. She didn't have any choice. A chat full of grown people talking about her kids, saying they did this, saying they did that. And if she didn't speak on it, people were going to keep antagonizing the situation. She had no choice. Y'all force people to talk about these uncomfortable things by agitating it. Why was somebody saying, look, y'all, let's not go there with these children. These are elementary school children. Let's not even talk about that. It's like y'all be here for the conversation, but then when somebody come respond and clear it up, y'all want to shame them. No, if you say my child did something, I'm going to clear it up because I'm not going to let a group full of people think something that is not. The information was already out there from people who she thought she could trust. It says, I was as a child, for them to make fun of, discuss, and air out those kids' bad experiences, and the people who support people's upset and one for kids. Exactly. But then these same people who are so concerned about the kids, we care about the kids, they're the same people laughing at what she went through when she was a child with her stepdad. Coco, yeah, you liked it. Saying disgusting things about that, about what happened to her when she was a child. When a grown man obviously took advantage of her, because at 7 years old, you don't have the sound mind to know what you like and what you don't like. The same people will laugh at Coco, keep bringing up this situation to antagonize her, but then want to go over there and say they're concerned about the kids. If y'all so concerned and y'all don't play about that type of situation and y'all want to bring awareness to it, you can't uphold no grown man keep throwing this molestation in a grown woman's face in an argument. It says, how does anyone support them? Like, seriously, y'all hate Treese. Y'all hate for Treese overpowers y'all morals. Vicky says, I disagree with the word hate. Dislike, yeah, but just because someone has a different opinion about something doesn't mean they hate them. Y'all stop thinking hate. Well, no, I'm gonna just be real. This is hate. Not everybody in the situation, I don't say hates her, but Coco definitely. I think he definitely has it out for her. Other people too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not ever going to dislike somebody so much that I reach out to their child out of spite, trying to send their child a gift out of spite. I'm not gonna ever dislike somebody that I speak on somebody's children, somebody elementary small kids. I'm not gonna sit up here and tell and keep reliving what you went through when you were 7 years old when a grown man took advantage of you. So when you go to that level with people, oh, that's hate. Now, everybody, I can't speak for everybody who speak on her. I'm not saying that people have to speak on her positively, but what I'm saying is some stuff should be off limits. Vicky, you have to hate someone if you talk about someone every day in the way that they talk about her. It's not just talking about her, because I mean, she's a public figure. She's going to be spoken about. It is the way in which you're talking about her. Continuing to bring up that situation with her children to bring fake awareness to something that you really don't give a damn about. Not even thinking about, damn, maybe these kids, they can't defend themselves, and maybe everything that happened in that household with them and things they said and things they uncle had to talk to them about, maybe we shouldn't be putting this out here because that's embarrassing to these kids. These kids are little. This boy said this, he said this statement, and he didn't understand what he was saying. Why am I sharing this with a platform for people to talk about? It's not to bring awareness, it's to talk about, shame her, and also embarrass the kids in the process, because y'all want everybody to believe that she's a bad parent. It says they're so envious of that girl. How the F can't people see it? The Lord is soon to come. Yeah. Emotional intelligence would have allowed her to turn that negative to a positive. She should have used her platform. But you can't. That's what I'm saying, Ashley. Just think about this. Because we're not in her shoes. You wake up every day and she been trying to move forward. She don't get on her platform every day screaming out people's names, calling them out. She went to Florida. She seen her grandma. She cooked crab. She tried to laugh and have a good time with Karonda. She tried to change the topic. And y'all call her out for every single thing she do. This lady move. Y'all talk about it. She cook food. Y'all talk about it. She get her hair done. Y'all talk about it. She tried to run a business. Y'all talk about an accused of season of being poisoned. She tried to sell products. Y'all talk about it. Anything that she's done that's positive, y'all talk about it and antagonize her for it. She's a human being. I don't care how bossed up you say you is. When you got people literally lying on you and trying to ruin you every single day, anybody would get tired. Leaking her address. She can't even go spend time with Corona. People threatening to call protective services. People calling CPS. Just imagine you woke up every day and CPS was at your door. Let's see how positive you would be every day. You will get tired because you're human. It says Treese is her own problem. Stop blaming everyone else. But then that's the thing. Ain't nobody talking about Treese and her problems. Everybody know Treese is not perfect. We talking about why are y'all sitting up here blaming this lady for someone's passing away? Why are y'all contacting this woman's son? Why are y'all sitting up here speaking about minor children who cannot defend themselves? We ain't never said that Treese is not the cause of her own problems. But what I'm talking about is why is everyone sitting up here trying to tear this woman down, but then when she clap back and when she say something, y'all want her to be positive? It don't work like that. Leave people alone. He says, I hate nobody. I can't think that about someone else just because they have a different opinion. But says, well, you probably don't hate her, Miss Vicky, but there are people who hate her, and that goes without saying. Is the proof is in the pudding. Once you get to reaching out to somebody's child trying to be petty, that's hate. Once you get to antagonize somebody about being, you know what, as a child, you're taunting them for what a grown man did to them as a child. That's hate. There is no argument. Coco is morally bankrupt. Roz's emotional intelligence should have to. She's the one who claims to have a healthy, healthy lifestyle. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. There is no way that I could wake up every day and want to argue with someone on the internet and say that I'm living a healthy lifestyle. There's no way. I cannot sit up here and every day antagonize somebody, watch everything they do. You know you don't like her, so everything she do, is gonna make you mad. How can you want to go back and forth with somebody, have these hard conversations about molestation and sexuality and kids and all of that? That's toxic. That's draining. I would need to detox from that. Yes, why is Ross pretty be positive but dragging a person? Yeah, it's hate. In my opinion, it's hate. Strong hate. And the girl that called Tree's family, it was the girl on Ross Live the other night. But yeah, it's just a lot. It's a lot. And you know, I it says if anything happens to her children, like S or something, I would sue you too for allowing this after thousands of reports. Yeah. It's sad. And like I said, I'm not one of those people who act like somebody did no wrong and they just perfect. But one thing about Treese, whatever she got going on, whatever type of parent she is, whatever type of mother she is, whatever type of girlfriend she is, whatever type of friend she is, she ain't come on this platform talking about nobody. We started watching Treese. We started watching her be transparent with her own flaws. Anything that she's done, she's been transparent enough to turn on her live and let us know. She showed us every up, every down. Some people wouldn't even have been that transparent. So at the end of the day, she came on here living her life. We may not agree with everything she do. We may not agree with every decision she made. When I saw her having When I saw Coco on that camera, when I saw she was in a relationship, I said, what is Treese doing? But at the end of the day, she living her own life, not bothering nobody. She may not be perfect. She may make some bad decisions, but her bad decisions only affect her and her household and her children. It don't affect nobody sitting on this YouTube talking about it. Until you get so wrapped up in it and so obsessive with it that you force her to come out and respond. And now it's a personal problem because she's human. She's lashed out because she's tired of being harassed. And now she done said some things that ain't right. And now everybody want to hold her to the fire for it. But nobody was sitting back tapping these people who was harassing and attacking us on the shoulder and saying, hey ma'am, you may want to let up a little bit. This is still a human. It's still a child of God. You know? And says, you can help the children without publicly embarrassing them in the future. Exactly. If y'all was some real friends, why weren't y'all around offering the resources? Where are the receipts of you all talking to her about it and giving her the resources and the tools to get through it? Where are those receipts? Because I don't know what you coming on somebody and the same people who platform y'all on when y'all was rocking with it probably was dogging y'all. Jesus. It's at the end of the day, everyone is different. Standing in front of God. Exactly. Like this, I'm just gonna sum it up by saying this: what people on these YouTube streets have to realize is you don't have a heaven or hell to put anybody in it. You don't have the say so. You don't have the last say so over nobody's life. And every time something happens, you all literally drag this woman name into it. I follow Latrice on Facebook. I watch her frequently. She don't be on there talking about nobody. She don't be on there calling nobody name. She actually was on there one day, and I think I seen a clip on YouTube where somebody in the background mentioned Coco, and she got upset because she don't want that energy on her live. She doing her best to move forward through everything, through all the arguments and the fallouts and the makeups and the breakups. She trying her best to just move it forward, and she may not be doing it in the way that we would do it. She may have some things to figure out, but she moving her own life forward. She ain't on here dogging nobody. She ain't on here trashing nobody every day until they come for her. If the end goal, if you all just want to help her, if you all want to help the children, then what is being nasty, hateful, and mean to their mother going to do? I've never heard someone say they want to help a child, but I'm going to tear your mom down in the process. I want to help you, child. I love you, child. I want to help you. I care about you. But I'm going to drag your mom down and try to make her lose everything in the process. I'm going to instigate things. I'm going to put rumors on your mom that could possibly get her hurt. I'm going to embarrass you and put out all of your embarrassing moments that you did as a child. I'm going to talk about all the embarrassing things that you said as a child who don't know no better. I'm going to go ahead and talk about all the things that happened with you and your brother and sister that you probably don't want to talk, that you probably didn't even realize was wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to sit on a platform full of grown folks talking about your mama and degrading your mama. In the process, I'm embarrassing y'all, but I care about you, child. I love you, child. But I'm finna embarrass you and your mama in the process of me showing that love. That ain't love. It says, would you want someone to help a child in your family by publicly dragging them? Y'all are sick too. Exactly. It says, I agree. I never said that publicly was the way. Sad things is the events that happen. They still haven't been addressed. Everybody arguing. They still ain't getting no help. But that's the thing. At the end of the day, that's on her to get her children help. If she hasn't already done that, that is on her to get. And I think one time she did say one of her twins had counseling. That's on her to get her children counseling. That's something that she would have to do. All I'm saying is grown people sit on a panel talking about it ain't the way either. So I'm not saying she's perfect, and I'm not saying that there may not be something going on that she needs to pay more attention to. All I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's nothing that we should be sitting up here degrading her for, because ain't nobody child perfect. Everyone as a child has done things and said things that they shouldn't have been saying and doing. And as much as they show on TV, and as much as they show on these iPads and on this YouTube, and as much things get exposed, it's not just the parents these days that may say a little bit too much in front of their kids. It's everywhere. Sex, gender, all of that is everywhere nowadays. So who's to say that it's just her parenting? Who's to say that it's just not society in general? Who's to say that the little boy saying something about, because they brought up him saying something about being bisexual or whatever, who's to say that that's not a thought that has ran through a lot of children's head? And who's to say that, you know, this is something that is a direct result of her bad parenting? Who's to say it's not a result of everything that we see around us every day? When we turn on the TV, when we turn on YouTube, we turn on everything. And who's to say that there aren't resources and things out here that we could be providing and talking about? Let's talk about the resources out here that we can utilize to help monitor what our children watch and consume. But sitting on here judging and giving all these intimate details about what these children have done is not the way. It says, it's like the lady in her chat be saying, keep hammering her down, making her depressed, hateful. Yeah, it's like people want her to be this Superman. You have all these followers, so you have the duty to never clap back at us. You have all these followers, so you have the duty to never be upset. But then these same people, when it's done to them, they fold. When it's done to them, they lose their mind. When they get disrespected, when people talk about their kids, when people talk about their family, they ready to do it. And rightfully so. When somebody talk about your children, it doesn't matter what they're saying. Someone just bringing up your kids, period, is going to piss you off. And you all know that. You don't want nobody talking about you and how you raise your kids. We all grown people around here. Let's keep it real. We don't want a whole bunch of strangers on the internet telling us what we're doing wrong with our children. That would trigger anybody. That's why you have to tread lightly. That's why I don't agree with that whole, well, you can talk about people's parenting as long as you don't say anything too bad about the kids. I don't agree with that. If somebody ain't abusing their kids, starving their kids, doing something ungodly to their kids, if someone just may need to pay more attention in a certain area, or if someone just may need to get better in certain ways, I don't believe in consistently bashing and bringing attention to it, because that's only going to agitate the person to lash out. Where them kids at? They're good now. They still want to talk about her kids. When they was living with their mom, they was talking. Exactly. They're going to talk regardless. Anyone who supports someone who makes fun of children being is sick, and I don't respect you, period. Yeah, I don't. Because Coco don't give a damn. I can't even imagine at 7 years old, or however old she was when it happened, I think it was 7, someone doing that to me, and then I'm having it every time me and my ex get into it, that's being thrown up in my face. And don't get me wrong, Latrice has dogged Coco the hell out too. But at the end of the day, we have to understand the cause and effect. You let him in my house, you using me, you abusing me, you talking to my kids crazy. We saw this on camera. We saw this play out. We saw him yell at those kids at camera. We saw on camera. We saw him have an attitude. We saw him be disrespectful. This is what we're seeing. And the very people who support him were criticizing her for being with him. The very people who support him were talking about how disgusting he looked and how she needs to do better. We saw him sitting around being a half-assed man. But that does not warrant agitating it. If you want her to get argued, you said one time, okay. But you're going to keep going on and on and on and on and on with it. You're going to keep making a mockery out of it. You're going to keep bringing this up. Like this may not be a trigger for people who've also had the same thing done to them. You're going to keep on. You ain't just going to say it. You're going to keep on. You're going to keep on saying what happened to her. Hey, Tanisha. Hey. But yeah, you're going to keep on. You're going to keep on bringing up something that happened to her when she was a child. And then you're going to accuse her of liking what happened to her. And you're going to say this when majority of your platform are women or men who probably have been through the same thing. And people going to co-sign you saying that. They're going to co-sign you making light of that. They're going to co-sign the total disregard. It's okay to have a disregard for the M word if I don't like somebody. That's what the people who hate Tree stand by. It's okay to make fun of that situation because we just don't like Tree. So it's okay for Coco to bring that up, to taunt her. You're taunting someone for being abused as a child over and over again. This ain't something that you just said one time out of rage and anger. This is something that you meant. You're going to keep bringing up on a public platform full of people who probably have been through the same thing. And yet, we're supposed to believe that you people who can laugh at that and find that funny, when he say he's going to talk about her children because they are a part of her, you all are cheering him on. But we supposed to believe that y'all care about them kids. All right. Child, please. It says, but that girl was 7 years old when this happened to her and she had no control, but the way he made it is a joke. You're so mad. Yeah, he don't turn it into a joke. He think it's a joke. He think that 7-year-olds can enjoy that type of thing. He thinks that someone at 7 years old like that type of stuff. That's what he said. That's what he said now. And y'all gonna eat y'all. Yeah, Coco, go Coco. Y'all love that. Y'all living for that. But then y'all the same people who want to bring awareness, talking about y'all want to bring awareness because y'all want to help the kids. But you're laughing at it with Coco, but you want to bring awareness. Now y'all full of it. It says, let's be honest. Unfortunately, Latrice don't deal with her hurt, pain, emotion well. She will never be given tools to do so. But they don't give people the right to taunt it. They don't give people the right to whatever. That's her. This is the thing. How can you deal with your hurt and your pain and your emotions when you have a platform full of people who won't even let you breathe? They won't even let you have a moment to yourself. This girl has had a hell of a life. A hell of a life. It takes people years. I know people who are literally old who still have trauma. That is a traumatic thing. Can you imagine at 7 years old someone doing that to you? You can't tell nobody when and how to heal from that, especially when they probably had other traumatic things to them happen after that. It could take a whole lifetime to properly heal. You can't tell nobody when to heal and how to heal from something that happened to them when they were a child. You don't know what the aftermath was. You don't know if people supported her. It doesn't seem like she got any support after it happened to her. So if that happened to you as a child and nobody cared and they throwed you away and they degraded you after the fact, you tell me how you would heal. How would you heal from that when you didn't even have a family that wanted to facilitate you healing from it? If it happened at the hands of someone who was a partner of your parent, and your parent didn't, and from what it sounds like, your parent didn't take the proper measures to make sure you got the help. So you had to grow up your whole adult life harboring what happened to you when no one ever empathized with you or gave you the love. How can you heal? Who are we to tell her how to heal? And she damn sure ain't gonna heal with people ridiculing her. The same people telling her that to heal are the same people talking about her appearance, talking about her skin, talking about how she carry herself, talking about every decision that she make. So who are you all to sit back and tell her that she don't know how to heal? Would you know how to heal? If you walked in on someone doing that to your child, would you know? Would you heal from that? And it's never happened to me. Thank God. But I have had friends and I've had classmates who literally, this happened to them when they were babies. And still as adults, it makes it emotional because that's not something that you just get over. That's not something that will not affect you for the rest of your life. It's psychologically proven that children who are a victim of the R word, YouTube is kind of sensitive, and who are victims of M word, they will grow on to be adults who act out with unhealthy sexual behaviors. That is a known fact. No one recovers from that and just, okay, I'm healed. It happened. The majority of people will struggle with for the rest of their life. That is a psychological traumatic event. So that's not something that you just heal from and you just become perfect. And you got to put other life scenarios on that. If you didn't have a supportive family, if you didn't have people who were going to get you the counseling, if that person who did it to you was never properly reprimanded, all of that could affect the long-term healing. And it's nothing that should be made light of, regardless of what she did to Coco. All she did to Coco was cuss his ass out and dog his ass out for using her. That does not warrant people taking light of that situation. And if you gonna make light of it, don't get your behind on here. And I'm sorry to everybody in the chat who may be emotionally triggered by this, because I see some people saying they've been through it, and my heart is with you. But yeah, if you are going to be someone who thinks that what Coco is saying is funny, then don't get on here speaking about them kids then. Just keep laughing with Coco. You know? I agree. I'm so neutral. I can speak on all of them without being biased. I'm not a fan of anyone. I just can relate to some things. And that's fine. I'm not a fan of anyone either. But to me, I just feel like people always want to throw everything back on Treese. The conversation brings, no one will just blatantly say what they did wrong. Everyone loves to say, well, I'm neutral, I'm biased, but Treese should have did this. Treese should have healed. Treese should have never put her children's business out. So to me, it doesn't come across as unbiased if we're not talking about what the other side of the situation could have done differently. But you're entitled to feel how you want to feel. I'm just not about to sit up here and look down on her for, how she, what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, people background defines who they is. I'm not saying she perfect. I'm someone who I'm not a super fanned out person either. I just see that she's a real woman. She's been through real shit. Like at the end of the day, I'm not saying that I'm everything she do, I'm co-signing. All I'm saying is it don't take all that. Hey, Daisy Johnson. And so that's what's going on with Royce Reed and Dwight Howard's son right now. He was M, and now he has done it to some other kids. Exactly. And I saw that, and she actually went to jail behind that. And and that's a hard situation for any parent to deal with. I could not imagine my child acting out in that way. And I'm not saying that people can't be concerned, because any parent will be concerned. I'm not saying people should not be concerned, but what I'm saying is there's a way to do everything. And sitting up on a platform in the same breath you say you bringing awareness, but you bashing her mama, and all you doing is just spilling the tea on what happened in the household, but you ain't providing no testimony, no resources, no nothing. You just really talking about their mama and dragging their mama. It's kind of like, I don't believe it's coming from a genuine place. Riri asked, do you think the kids need help? Do you think she should seek help for kids? Yes, duh. If and I don't mean to say it like that, but I'm just saying, like, of course, if your child is doing things, acting out in that way, yeah, anybody would get their children help. As a parent, yes, but that is not. I just feel like it's not coming from a genuine place. You cannot say that you care about the kids getting help, but then you're the same things that these children may be going through, or it's in the same family, they're acting out, whatever. You all are saying that you want to bring awareness around it and you want to speak seriously about it, but then when a grown man makes a joke about it, you laugh at it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that there's something going on that may not need to be addressed. I'm not saying that she may not need to get help for her children. I think she said that herself. She's put it out there herself. She said one of her twins has a counselor. So I'm not saying that nothing is wrong. All I'm saying is the people who quote unquote are bringing awareness are the same people who were co-signing a man taunting her for sexual abuse. They say get counseling, but it does more harm than good in certain situations. Right. And we don't know what we would do Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't know what you're doing unless you're in that situation. Says, yes, a certain touch from your spouse can affect you if you have been through that. Exactly. Like, I know people who are still affected to this day, and I'm almost 30 years old. So it's not something that we can just be like, oh, well, she need to learn how to deal with her. She need to learn how to deal with it. Well, I mean, if y'all want to learn how to deal with it, y'all are sure not helping like you all claim. And I don't care. And this is the thing: if people don't want like her, they don't want to. If they don't like her, they just want to drag her. They just want to end her. Just say that. But stop trying to do it in the name of, oh, well, we want to bring awareness. We want to help those kids. That's a lie. That's all I'm saying. It says, I'm a victim of M and still dealing with today. Can't even have a relationship because sexually some acts are triggering. Exactly. Exactly. So for people to just kind of be like, oh, well, she needs to get over that hurt. Like, no, it's deeper than that. If you're speaking about awareness, speak about forming an organization for the children, an organization for all children. Exactly. Like, I don't hear nobody on here giving no testimony. I don't hear nobody up here pulling up articles. I don't hear anybody on here talking about the psychological things that can go into it. I don't hear anybody giving any tips. All I hear is people bashing her and spilling tea. I don't hear anybody, talking about things that they've done with their children to help them through things. I haven't heard anybody, be informative at all. All I've heard is shaming, bashing, shaming, bashing. That's it. Nia Love Jones says, ain't nothing Ross is saying is genuine. She's a year older than me and she's childish AF. I see right through her. Yeah, I just don't believe it's coming from a genuine place. And, because I just feel like it's fueled by hatred. And her and Ross have had a lengthy back and forth and things have been said and things have been done. And I understand, that Ross is probably gonna never like her and she gonna never like Ross. And that just is what it is. But I just don't agree with trying to create some type of fake awareness and involving people's children. And then if you're gonna do that, don't get upset when this person clap back at you because you're playing. You're instigating at this point. You're picking, so you're gonna get what you're looking for every single time. You know. But that's all I had to say about the situation, you guys. Thank you all for joining in on my conversation today. But yeah, I just feel like, it's getting to be too much with this tree situation because it's kind of like, this woman has came on here and she's made plenty of mistakes. She's made the wrong friends. She's trusted the wrong people. She's not always done anything right. She's not always said the right thing. She don't do a lot of things that I would do, and that's fine. We all different. But one thing about it, two things for certain. I know what I see with my own two eyes. I know what I observe. And on the day, and I have observed several times this woman try to move on. Ernestine Miller says Rod's main goal was to trigger Tree so she can get in the spotlight. That's what it's seeming like. But yeah, I have seen this lady make efforts to move on. I've seen her make efforts to start a business, sell her products, put people on, do her promotions. I've seen her make an effort to move on and do things, and yet you have people every step of the way throwing stones every time. And it's like, man. It says, I remember when Treese was begging her mom to come on live and tell the story of their lives and her mom refused. That just sent Treese into the defense even worse. She needed her mom, but got free. Exactly. Like, you have to understand, if someone does not have if you have to understand people's background, like, people are wanting her to have all this decorum and all this, these mannerisms and act the way they want her to act, but everybody not brought up the same. Some people come from a hard life, some people come from a different walk of life, and at the end of the day, you just have to respect that. And when you keep nitpicking and keep antagonizing people, you're going to get the worst of them. You're going to get what you're asking for. This is a more effective conversation and helpful live than Ross has ever had. The witch ought to be shamed. All right, I'm not a fan, but I do watch a lot of channels that have and some make valid points. And I'm not saying that everyone who talks about trees is wrong. All I'm saying is the train of all I'm talking about is the chain of events that I saw. You don't have to like Treese on her content. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is enough is enough, and it should be boundaries to everything. And I've seen people attempt to share resources, but it wasn't received, that she has no idea of who's for her and who's against her. I've seen her call her mom and ask for counsel, and she said no. And that's the thing. But like, would you want these people on the internet who've been dragging you to give you resources? Like, would you want someone who cracks on you, who cracks on your skin and who talks about your house and everything you do? Would you want resources from them? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if people wanted to help her, they should have came about this differently. You get what I'm saying? Like if people wanted to be a help, if you want to be the voice, you got to change your approach. If a drug addict comes to you and say, I need help, and you turn around and you be like, you a crackhead, you dirty, you nasty. You think that helping them is gonna be your help on them is gonna be effective? No, I do not. I'm a very blunt person. You know what I'm saying? So with my friends, sometimes I do have to give them the real, the raw, the unfiltered advice. But there's a way to go about doing everything, especially when you're dealing with a stranger. You're not, Crease don't know none of us from a can of paint. We're in her business. Okay. So if you're trying to reach someone who you do not know, you don't know anything about, if you're coming out and the first thing they hear is you bashing them, laughing at them, talking about them, mentioning their kids, how are you helpful? How are you being helpful? You can't help people like that. People need to stop saying they being helpful and then you just being nasty. You're being judgmental, and I don't think anybody gonna receive that well. Real tall lady is making herself ill, worrying about somebody else's business. Like, ain't no way. Ain't no way I feel like getting on here every day going at it. Ain't no way. I'll be somewhere relaxing, tending to my grandkids, like chilling. I'm not gonna get on here arguing about it every day. Can't do that. I can't do that at my age. I can't do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna get on here and argue with somebody and run my blood pressure up every day. Absolutely not. Exactly, Katrina. It's all about the deliverance. People need to work on their delivery. You cannot ridicule somebody and bash somebody for damn near a year and then expect them to start receiving some parenting advice from you. It don't work like that. Yep, I agree. It's back to the resources. It's generational pain there, and I pray she goes alone and drags any family that's willing. Save me and my family. Yeah, that's the proper thing for her to do. Seek some private counsel, seek some private help. But these people on the internet claiming they want to be so helpful and claiming they want to bring awareness, they really ain't doing it. They just really don't like her, and they're being messy. And it's unfortunate this lady got to go pay for a lot of take the test just to prove y'all wrong. She got to go argue with her son. It's just like, it's too much. It's too much. And I'm really praying for her, and I hope that it gets better for her. It says some people can't get past it with counseling. It's a hard thing to get over. It is. So that's why I feel like that's why people should be understanding. I'm not saying you have to support her and like everything she do, but it's like I be hearing them judging everything down to what she have on. Like, did you see what she wore to her sister baby shower? Did you see how she was eating them crabs? It's like y'all don't even want to let this lady put a piece of food in her mouth. Like, you mean to tell me she can't even eat a piece of food without y'all being mad? But then in the same breath, you think you're the token person to help? She can't even eat. Literally, this lady pick up a piece of crab and put it in her mouth, and you're disgusted and you want to talk about that for an hour. She can't even comb her hair. She can't even come on this camera and breathe without y'all being upset, but y'all feel like y'all are the token channels to give her the help y'all need. No, y'all just need to call yourself what y'all are. Hate, harassment, bullying. That's what it is. Too much anything is a bad thing. That's what my grandma say. Okay? It's a way that you can give people advice. It's a way that you can give people your advice in love. It's a way that you can tell somebody, hey, here's some things that can help. And if they receive it, they receive it. If they don't, they don't. But if you are receiving that someone is not receiving what you're saying, then why not just move on? Why nitpick? It's nitpicking. That's all it is. And then in the midst of y'all nitpicking, y'all dragging kids into this that can't defend themselves and embarrassing them. He says, when you endure something like that, some people turn to drugs and prostitution. Exactly. Like, stuff like that will mess people up for life. For life. And people literally don't understand that. Look at the backstory. Look at what this woman has been through. So when y'all look at her and y'all see her eating a certain way or dressing a certain way or keeping her house a certain way, instead of just being like, well, you know what? Here's the background. Here's probably where there's some opportunity. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to keep dragging this out because maybe she just ain't me. Everybody raised differently. Y'all get mad and start attacking her, and then when she clap back, it's a problem. It's that generational curse which can only be broken through prayer. Prayer, that's number one. Family counseling and lots of love, but mainly prayer. Mainly prayer, that's right. I hope you all don't get attacked and bullied Yeah, from you know who, because you have an opinion. I don't really care who got something to say, because I'm gonna say what I want to say at all times. And you know, I'm like I said, I've said it several times before. I'm not an internet gangster. I'm not gonna be on here arguing down to I'm blue in the face. I'm gonna say what I have to say. If I have to clear something up, I'll clear it up if I feel like it, and that's it. I'm not gonna go back and forth with nobody for 50, 11 years over nothing I said, because it is what it is. It is hard. I still discuss events that happened to me when I was 8 that triggers my grown 33-year-old self today, but I respond better than I did a year ago, learning to cope. And that's all you can do. Exactly, Rudy. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. That's right. That's true. Talk about her for 3 hours straight, 2 nights in a row. Gotta call a spade a spade. Letting go is harder, right? She probably doing the best she can with what she was given. Leave her exactly, like when you weren't giving love, when you weren't giving nurturing, when you were not given certain things as a child, trying to learn those things as an adult is hard. And instead of people, and like I said, I'm talking about how all this got started. I don't feel like we would be here today had people just had understood that. Everyone just saw her from the outside and, ooh, why she come on camera looking like that? And ooh, why she eat like that? And ooh, why she do this? And why she sleeping like this? And like, instead of you all being so critical, you all should have taken the time to understand that, she's just a different individual. But is she bothering anybody? Is she harming anybody? Is she out here to get anybody? You know what I'm saying? Like, is she out here trying to take somebody out this earth? You know what I'm saying? Or is she just a person who has been through something? She has pain, she has trauma, and some of that trauma affects the person she is today, just like the rest of us. None of us are perfect. All the people in the comment section going in, I bet you my last dollar that you all would not want somebody to come through from your life from the time you were a child to who you are now with a hidden camera and judge every component of it, because you have done some things along the way that you may not be proud of. You've said some things you may not be proud of, but at the end of the day, we are all God's children. And if he has mercy, and if he has grace, and if he can extend his grace and mercy on us and through all of our sins, then who are we to be so harsh and so aggressively going against somebody else? It's okay to talk about people. It's okay to have conversations. It's okay to have commentary channels. It's okay to gossip every now and then. But at the end of the day, when your actions are literally affecting your day to day, when you're up here screaming and hollering in the camera, running your blood pressure up, you can't even handle things that's going on in your personal life because you worry about somebody else. You're in too deep. And as I just feel like it's not healthy at this point. Some people are so deeply invested that you can't even ride in the car with your girlfriend to your birthday trip without feeling the energy in the car up with the toxic talk of your ex-girlfriend. It's a problem, and you should seek help. Yeah. But that's all I had for everybody today, you guys. So, like I said, I will be tuned in. It says at the end of the day, she has got Rod's page. She has no other contents of a Western for her. You already know the rest. Yeah. What you're saying needs to be said. You are God saying, I'm loving your platform. Keep this coming, please. Thank you. Thank you so much. Like, at the end of the day, we're not perfect. We're all God's children, like, and I wish people just understand that. And I know, sometimes people speak out because they want to hold people accountable. They want to, kind of give advice. They want to give advice to other sisters that may see going down the wrong path. But there's a way you can do everything. And if you're not doing it with grace and mercy, if you're not doing it from a place of love, and if it's coming from a place of hate, then you need to check yourself at the door. And a lot of people will say, well, Tristan said this. She said this about so-and-so. She said this about Coco. But you ought to think, you all came bothering her. You all came triggering her. You all came gaslighting her. So had it not been for that, those things wouldn't have been said. And I'm not saying you got to like her. I ain't saying you got to love her. I ain't saying you got to kiss her ass. But at the end of the day, don't come on this platform involving young adolescent children in a conversation, embarrassing them, and then trying to disguise it saying that you're bringing awareness when you're not. Don't uphold a grown man's taunting someone for being abused as a child by a grown man. A grown man is sitting up here mocking the physical action that this grown man was doing to this 7-year-old child and thinking it's funny. You can't laugh at that and try to be the spokesperson for awareness with something that's going on with children. You just can't. And that's all. I love y'all. Yes, listen to my cousin. Thank you, Ernestine Willens. Ernestine Miller. I'm sorry. Thank you, Daisy. Hit the like button on your way out. It says, I like her too. Thanks for allowing advocacy from perspectives that may differ from yours. Yeah, we all can have a good conversation. Even if your opinion does not align with mine, I still love everybody. We can have a good old conversation over here. We can talk it out. I love everybody on my platform as long as you're respectful and as long as you're delivering your message in a kind way. We always can talk about it. But I love y'all. I will see y'all in my next video. Y'all have a nice night.